I didn't realize Tiny Woo was such an art collector.
Is this a statue or a hat holder?
I think it's both. You never know with contemporary pieces.
It's alive!
Art!
Wait a minute. Damon's B.
Tuff Golems! I had only heard rumors about the statue that comes alive.
That explains the hats moving. They can hold an item and move around your base.
If players vote for the Tuff Golem, we can open an art exhibition.
Will Tuff Golems freeze, awaken, only to freeze again in Minecraft? You have 24 hours to cast your vote starting on October the 14th, noon, Eastern Daylight Time.
Before we jump into this video showcasing the Tuff Golem, I do quickly just want to make a thing that was posted on Discord, I believe, by a Minecraft dev. The sniffer will give you ancient seeds, which will only grow a decorative flower, or it will help you grow that decorative flower. The flower will not have a special use, at least that they plan. If the sniffer wins, they might change it, but as of right now, it will only give you a decorative flower. I just wanted to make that clear, just because obviously that has something that's been confirmed, and that is good to know when you are voting. I do also want to say, subscribe to the channel, because tomorrow I will have a video covering all 3 of the mobs and talking about why you should vote for all of them and the pros and cons of all of them as well. So subscribe to see that, as that will probably help you out a lot when choosing what mob to vote for. So, the Tuff Golem. We are actually currently sitting on the sniffer, because if the sniffer does win, I really hope it is rideable. I think that would just be such a cool thing. But we're not talking about the sniffer today. We are talking about the Tuff Golem, which, as you can see, is right here. I've done, once again, a very rough sketch and a very rough texture, just so you guys can see it in game as quickly as possible. So, what will the Tuff Golem do? Now, you saw the trailer at the beginning of the video. The Tuff Golem will be a entity that moves, but you can give it items. So, let's just use the alley as an example. Like, you can give the alley an item and it will hold it. The Tuff Golem will do exactly that, but it will basically act like a podium. If you want to know a vanilla thing it will act like item frames, basically. But it will hold it like an item, not just flat like that, and it will be able to move. So I think the Tuff Golem is going to be such a useful mob. In the actual trailer, they used a example for, like, let's see, what are the example they used? Like a art gallery, where you could display a load of items, maybe dragon egg, things that you have got while exploring that you want to show off. And without having to spam item frames around, you can use the Tuff Golem to show off them items. In my opinion, I think the Tuff Golem is going to be so useful in a lot of different ways. It just depends on how it moves around. Once again, we have got no confirmation how it will move, if there'll be like a command thing, not a command, but like a item where you click it on it and it will stay in place, then an item you can click on it and it will start moving, or will it just be like randomly now and again it will start moving or not. In the trailer they did also show the Tuff Golem moving with the item, which could be a good way to like have I don't know, conveyor belts or something like that. We will have to wait and see if this mob does win, how useful it will actually be. But I think it's going to be so cool, because it would basically be the replacement to item frames, but it'll be like a moving item frame. Now we have all 3 mobs. Subscribe to the channel, because tomorrow I will be uploading a video talking about all 3 of them, and hopefully I should have better models. As you can see, the sniffer is already a good model, and hopefully I'll have better Tuff Golem and also rascal models as well. Currently, I think the sniffer is probably my least favourite. Just now knowing that it'll be a decorative item and rather than something useful. We haven't seen what the decorative item would look like, so it could just be something that only fits in, let's say, like a certain themed build or something. So the sniffer is my least favorite. The rascal, I think, could turn out like the wandering trader, where it's just annoying to see it in caves rather than it being an actual fun game. But once again, that just depends on how Mojang implement it. They could implement it really well and it actually be fun to find it and hunt for it. But they could also implement it like the Wandering Trader, where it's just annoying to have it and see it. And then we have the Tuff Golem, which will act like an item frame, but it will be able to move. I really wish in mob votes, now we've seen all 3 of them, I really wish they gave details on what their ability does and how it works a bit more. I guess the reason they don't do it is probably because they don't fully design it, just because obviously only one of them gets added, so designing the whole thing with textures, animations, and stuff like that would obviously just be pointless. But, for example, let's just use the Tuff Golem. How will it be able to move? Is it something you can click on it, it'll open a GUI and you can set it to move, stay still? Will it be like a goat horn? When you ring a goat horn, it will follow that goat horn sound? Something like that. We have no clue. Or will it just be like a random thing? Now and again it'll move, then it'll stay still, then it'll move. Or will it be like a pet, where let's just use wolves for example, where the wolf, you can still it and make it stay. So it could be like that. If we quickly just tame the wolf, you can see that you can right click it, it stands and it will follow you. You can then still it and it will stay right there and it will never move. So will the Tuff Golem be like that, where you can click it, it will then sit or be stationary, and then you can right click it again and it will start moving. Another thing I do quickly want to mention, when voting for the correct mob, let's also just turn my gamma back down. When voting for the mob you want, don't take into consideration what you hope the mob will do. Only vote for the facts. So the facts for the sniffer is you'll be able to find sniffer eggs inside of ruined ocean structures. They will then be able to sniff flowers, giving you an ancient seed. That is all the facts we know. And also now we know that the ancient seed will most likely be a decorative item. The rascal will be a mob that is in caves. You have to find it 3 times for it to give you a item. They showcase the item being an iron pickaxe. So vote for it thinking that the item will be an iron pickaxe, just in case it is. We haven't got confirmation if that item will be one of many possible items, like a loot pool, or if it will just be an iron pickaxe, or it could just be a placeholder item. And then the facts for the Tuff Golem is it'll be a mob you can give items to, it will display them items, and it will also be able to move and stay still with said items. So they're the facts for all 3 mobs. Only vote on the facts, because I've seen a lot of people theorizing that the rascal could give you a backpack and the sniffer will actually have a use for the flower. Where that didn't get us anywhere in the past. We voted for, or a lot of people voted for the glow squid, thinking that we'll get dynamic lighting and a new effect where you get hypnotized. Also, people thought that because submarines were in the trailer, that submarines would be added, and scuba diving gear. And we only got a glow squid with glow ink. So don't go off of things you hope will be added with the mobs, go off of what they show. But anyway, that is really all I can say about the Tuff Golem. I don't know who I'm voting for yet. We've still got about a week until the voting opens. So I'm going to think about all 3 of them, and hopefully I'll be able to come to a decision. So that is where I'll end this video. If you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe, because tomorrow the video will be so useful to know about, because I'll be talking about all 3 of them and why you should vote for all 3, because all 3 of them do have their uses. It's just what one will be better in the game. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.